So that tattoo, can I tell you
I don't know if
something
we're zooming
that
in or
you,
not.
I don't know if
Zoom
you've
in
been
the
told
other
this or
camera
not. Out of the corner of my eye, when I catch it, it looks like you have a swastika on your arm. Out of the corner of my eye. Out of the corner of my eye. When I catch it every now and then, it freaks me out.
All right.
Are you going to build on that, or is that just like...
The idea is like with major life events, I'm going to get more pieces.
Eventually, if he doesn't like it, he'll just fill it all in and it'll disappear.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So.
And will you color
joke.
them
It's a
based
Tetris.
on the life event?
No. I'll color them just based on the actual piece.
But that seems like achievement hunter.
Fucking throwing out gold.
I think that was,
100
that, was,
color.
that was just pure luck.
Oh, it's pure luck?
No.
Yeah, there's a green one and a red one of the S blocks.
See, I didn't know that. Did you know that, Gus? That there's only 2 colors of that block?
Well, it depends
In
on
Tetris?
which version of Tetris you're playing, but I think it's the arcade version. It's the green and red.
Arcade version of
Oh
Tetris.
my god. But yeah.
Sorry, Gavin and I were having a sidebar.
Yeah, what was your sidebar?
Nobody was appreciating my joke, so I had to make Gavin appreciate it.
It was funny. It was a
Yeah,
good
no,
joke.
you had to make it. You will appreciate
You
this
will
joke.
appreciate this.
You will laugh.
How douchey is a Roomba?
I can't use a Roomba. Like, I don't have enough rooms in my house that are at the same level as other rooms to make it justified.
Because you moved recently.
Yeah.
But you have this step in your house that is too inconvenient for any purpose other than to trip on.
That house was built in 1932.
I trip down it. I trip up it.
And it's been added on to twice. So it's like it's like sectional house. And whoever was the Sims manager who did it was fucking put this floor.
So
I really want one though. I really want to. I just think I was trying to figure out how douchey are they.
You should look at a Mint as well. That's another robot they make.
I had a Roomba that I used, strangely enough, as my alarm clock.
Why?
Because you can't turn it off, and it's gonna come in your room and wake you up. It's like your alarm clock, you can get snooze. Like the Roomba goes off, you're like, fuck, and you can't fall back asleep because that thing's just making noise like crazy. Like, all right, I'm up.
See, there's some stuff I do on a regular basis that to me is this is the future. Getting woken up by my robot servant, you live in the future. You live in the future.
What do you think what do your dogs think about that, the Roomba?
He was fine. Like, I don't have the Roomba anymore.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
what do your dogs think?
So,
of the
but like,
Roomba?
whenever the Roomba would go off, the dog would find something to jump on. Like,
Oh, yeah?
he didn't hate the Roomba, but he knew that it would disturb his sleep. So he would have to get somewhere a little higher.
Okay.
Just get out of the way.
Because I have a laminate floor and it gets dusty so fast, and I just hate seeing it.
Why don't you get a rug?
Because then a rug gets minging, doesn't it?
I found that awesome rug though.
that
you
thing
need
was
to
like
get.
$800.
It's a rug.
It,
Flooring is expensive.
Who's going to spend $800 on a piece of carpet that's not even very
You
big?
apparently very soon.
Right.
Let's not spend $800 on a rug. So let's buy a $400 robot vacuum
But
that wanders around like a hockey puck.
I sweep like every other day because I hate seeing
Can I
dust.
make a recommendation?
What?
Get a leaf blower and blow that shit out.
You're not helpful.
No,
Yep.
doesn't your house was built, your room was built into a garage. Do you not still have that big opening bay door?
No.
Oh, that's gone? Oh, that makes it harder.
You should just cover your floor with sand. That would be like a beach.
Then it's
That's how it
always
started.
dirty.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, then you don't know.
That's how it started,
They
right?
just
Wasn't
shoveled all the sand out
Wasn't it
there,
sand
yeah.
initially?
It was sanded with bricks on top. It was all like...
That's crazy. Yeah.
Should just got rid of the bricks and just left the sand.
But I think I'm going to get one.
A little tiki torch.
I think I'm going to get a...
Get a Roomba.
Yeah.
You work hard.
Do it.
And I think one day when I'm done with it, I want to strap a GoPro to the top of it and then set it free and see where it goes.
You'd be really unimpressed.
Why?
You would see your room in circles from a low angle. I mean,
No,
that's
he
all
would
you
get to the
see.
door. Like he's talking about put it in the street.
Yeah,
and just let
I would
it
say
go.
put it outside and see where
What
it
do you mean,
goes.
set it free?
How'd you get
after so many years of service?
Yeah, like...
You'd be like
bye.
Khaleesi.
Wait, how would you?
name
choose
a
your own-
leader and bring
Yeah.
it to me.
You choose your own name now.
How would you get your GoPro back though? Would you put like a collar on it?
I'll just put some
You'd
string
be
on it or
known as
something.
mother of vacuums.
But no, it would... How far would it go?
I don't know. It was
How
going a
far
very
would it
roundabout
go?
way. How many miles per gallon does a fucking Roomba get?
You would set it free. It would start its own colony somewhere.
It would just start knocking on people's doors like, how's your floor?
Clean your floor is $20.
It would vacuum the
What
backyard.
if it became self-aware and then started working?
So I just realized I just looked at my phone. I got a text from my wife about 35 minutes ago that said, "Go wash your fucking hands."
He told a really funny story one time about there was a female reporter, and his job was to guard her, and then
Guard her with his dick?
no, not guard her with his dick. I hear you. And then
Jeff.
there was some like exercise where they were shooting. What is that? Phosphorus.
White phosphorus.
Yeah, where they basically light phosphorus, which burns really hot in the air, and it came raining down on the tank, and he they realized the only way they were going to get saved, there was a misfire. It was over their heads, raining down this raining flames.
Jeez.
It's not a war, by the way. This is our own people doing this by accident. We almost died during training. And they realized the only way they were going to survive is if they got into the tank. And Jeff, being as chivalrous as he is, shoves the female reporter out of the way and dives into the tank. And I think she scrambled in and made it in.
I thought you were going to end the story with, and
it was an awkward
She lost
ride
like a
back to the
leg.
base.
So,
Yeah, just one though.
so we'll be nice to her on Memorial Day.
That's funny when in moments of panic you quickly screw someone over and then everything's fine, and then you're stuck with them. It's like that scene in Game of Thrones where Gareth from The Office almost, did something. On the wall.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He
Well,
almost did something, and then it.
Well, he basically tried to do something.
He tried to save himself, which would have killed some other people,
Yeah.
basically. He was going to cut a rope on a mountain and people would have fallen.
But now it's totally awkward for those guys.
Would that be awkward if that happened?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Be like, you fucking tried to kill me.
Yeah, I mean, if that situation, it makes sense.
We don't script any dialogue we do in any Achievement Hunter video. So it's pretty much just like riff on whatever
No
they're
way.
doing.
That's not scripted? Talk about drawing the curtain back, Jack. Holy shit, I had no idea.
Well, we actually did a behind the scenes video. You scared the shit out of me right there, guys. We did a behind the scenes video back in the old Congress office that we put up, and people actually got a little depressed about it.
They're like, oh,
You
yeah,
came
right.
in soaking wet before, but did you get spit on?
I came at the last minute to include myself in the spitting.
That's what she said.
I know.
So you came at the last minute and got wet?
No, well, I spat on him once, and then they were kind of like rotating people in and out to get more and more. And the last take, they had everyone who was still there spit on him at the same time. So obviously, everyone's cross streams. I have no idea what just
I
happened.
caught it too. Nothing. Continue.
Anyways, everyone spit on each other, but I got the bulk of it. And then Brandon hugged me, and he was just covered in water and everything. So I had to change clothes. What? What? I don't understand what's happening. What did I miss?
Brandon's back there crying. You watch podcast.
Just rewatch it. It'll be funny. It's
Okay.
about 65, 67 minutes into it.
He made a really terrible joke. And I couldn't let it go by because
Was
it was
it a
just such a
Bukkake
bad
joke?
joke.
Okay, so
You know, I shut up. When I was a kid, I was a vegetarian because I hated chewing meat because I thought it took too long to chew and my jaw would get tired.
How fucking lazy were you?
I was like, it was
How
like, it was like
overcooked was
until
your
I was
meat?
like 9 or 10, I finally started eating meat because like I have memories of sitting down, be like, fuck, I have to eat this steak. Like I don't want to eat it. Like I'd start cutting it, and be like, this takes too long to eat. Like
Why don't you blend it?
I'm just gonna eat the vegetable because I was like 9, I couldn't use the blender. and so like that to me that's like the epitome of like the lazy kid. Like this food's good. I liked meat. I just didn't want to eat it because I was too lazy. My jaw would get tired.
get on the mic, Ray.
I texted him and asked him to come over.
It's over there. You're going to explain yourself, Ray.
Nice shirt.
Do you know why we've called you over here?
Well, we'll find out.
I was summoned. Hey, what's up?
Hold on, you gotta test that. We gotta stall.
Oh, wow.
Looking good, right?
Now I see what everybody's talking about with your haircut.
Dude, it's growing back.
Yeah.
His head is like a rectangle.
You look like a Fisher Price person. Like one of the ones that rides in the bus.
Not even a Lego guy, Fisher Price.
Oh, is
Puerto
that
Rican
his
can't
Lego?
afford
Lego's
Legos.
pretty good. I can totally see it.
Did Burnie tell you why he wanted you to come over?
Yeah, and I ran here immediately.
Then I made fun of your hair. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I didn't make
So
fun.
Well, it's nice being here, bud.
what's
Okay.
the story with the pizza?
I ate Gavin's pizza essentially. There was a mix-up, and by mix-up, I just took his food. So we were watching a movie, went to Alamo or whatever, and you know how you can order food. So Gavin and I sat next to each other. They have tables where menus,
You're my
and
hot
me and
date.
him had no. We didn't interact at all with what we got. We're like, oh yeah, we want whatever we ordered. So the food runner comes out and it's a pizza, and I'm like, I ordered a pizza. So he puts it in front of Gavin, and I'm like, mine. And I ordered a pepperoni pizza. So I took a bite, wasn't pepperoni at all. But I thought it was like pepper or something, so I thought I fucked up writing it. So I'm like, whatever. A slice in, I'm like, oh, this is like tomato or something. But it was good, so I'm like, I don't give a shit. So I kept eating it. So another 20 minutes, half an hour goes by. They come back with the pepperoni pizza. I'm like, oh. And she puts it, it's a different person this time, I believe, puts it in front of Gavin. He's like, no, it's not my pizza. I'm like, oh, it's not his pizza. Then another person comes back, goes to Gavin. It's like, is that your pizza? He's like, no. They look at me. I'm like, well, my pizza. They come back again with the order, like the actual written order, and they put it up to me, and I'm like, Yeah, I didn't write that. I'm sitting next to Michael. I look at him. I'm like, did you write that? I didn't write that. The lady's like furious at this point.
Yeah, why are you lying?
What? Because I'm committed. You don't.
Ray, I admire your spirit. I like that.
Yeah, you just keep going.
At what point did you decide to be a maniac about it and not be like,
When
oh,
they came back with the pepperoni, I'm like, I've gone too far. I got to keep this going as long as possible. And I was enjoying the food. If it tasted like shit, I would have like whatever. But it was like what was it, like a tomato and some kind of veggie pizza?
Yeah, there's pesto on it and stuff. It was
Yeah, never tried it before. Pretty good alternative, I thought.
There you go.
So like a pepperoni pizza.
At that point, Gus, if you put food in front of me, I'm gonna eat it. If it's good, I'm gonna keep eating it.
So you made Gavin have to wait like an hour and a half into the movie before getting
She
his
basically
food.
bought my pizza with everyone else's check.
Yeah, essentially. I would have felt really bad if he didn't get his pizza, but he got it probably like 20 minutes later or something. It was a long movie, so there was plenty movie to go. But I like to think that they hated me at that point. And yeah, I pretty much stole Gavin's food, made it mine, and then made him wait longer for his food.
Yeah.
So Ray, when the waitress says you ordered pepperoni, here it is on the ticket.
Yeah.
And you're saying no. In your head, what's the perfect scenario? Like, what's the perfect crime there? Like she just drops it?
That she just completely forgets it and doesn't
And
charge
Gavin
me
gets
for.
no pizza.
She doesn't charge me for anything. Unfortunately, she did. This like rogue pepperoni pizza. I don't know where it went.
It actually got resolved finally when she came over to me, pointed at Ray's my pizza that was being eaten by Ray.
That I'm
She was
still
like-
eating, by the way.
She was like, "Are you waiting for that pizza?" And I said, "Yes." And then she just goes, "He's eating your pizza. I'll go get you another one." And then storms off.
She was so mad. But you mean
Did you wait? So the question: did you give her a tip?
$1? I gave her $1 for fucking up. Whose fault is that?
It would have been
It's your fault. It's your fault.
At least I still tipped her, right?
Gus, his pizza didn't have pepperoni on it.
Yeah.
Why should he tip her?
The food runner should have been like, no, that's not yours. Pay more attention. You're a damn waiter.
Ray, at the end of the whole thing, you should have demanded just a plate of pepperonis. And
I
say,
should have.
like, to correct her mistake.
pepperoni.
The food runner put it in front of Gavin. So the food
Yeah,
runner
but
didn't get
I
it wrong.
took it. He should have been like, that's not your pizza, asshole.
I didn't know.
You could have ordered the same thing.
So you need food
Exactly.
police. You need food police to run around.
Ray's
Yeah,
not a paid
the food
employee. He
popo
doesn't have
even.
responsibilities. It's their responsibility.
Yeah, am I right? And Gavin, complaining up a storm, should just pick the pepperoni off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, you sit in somebody else's
I'm the good
seat.
guy here.
They'll let you know if you sit in somebody else's seat.
I'm not the bad guy. Let me rephrase that. I'm definitely not the good guy.
Do you know how hard it is to concentrate on a really good movie when you're
Yeah,
hungry?
they're running back and forth. I'm like, I'm
Watching
the movie.
Ray eat.
You're asking me all these questions. I'm like trying to enjoy the film.
You were inconvenienced.
I'm not
You know what I love
inconvenienced
about
at
you
all.
is
You
Gavin's
were
waiting.
inconvenienced more than I was.
Gavin is waiting an hour and a half for a pizza. You're just aware of that less than 4 inches away.
Absolutely.
You don't even offer him a piece of his pizza.
No, I went up to him. I'm like, oh, this pizza's so good. Sorry, Gavin.
You know,
What are you going to do?
water under the bridge.
Yeah.
All right, Ray, thanks for joining us. and
Thank
telling
you
us the
for
story.
having me, letting me
Hey, look, he
defend
even
myself.
wore he had a podcast shirt on today.
Yeah.
King Gus.
Animated adventure
King
shirt.
Gus.
Nice haircut.
Animated
Thanks, man.
adventure
Dude, it
shirt.
grew back.
Yeah, nice.
Nice face. Nice pizza.
Thanks, Ray.
Thanks, Ray.
I forgot that they haven't showed the PS4 yet.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I think it'd be really cool if they like shocked everyone and it was like something you could like ride on.
What? Like a horse?
Yeah, no, like
Yes,
it was like a skateboard. It's like it's a skateboard and a system. Like, it was just so ridiculous.
Or it's like a razor scooter?
Yeah. It's just like it's just some kid like going home. He's like, I can't wait to play PS4 until I get home. Right here, and he gets off of it and like plugs it in. That would
It's
be
got like
nuts.
a pop-up display and a controller.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Or if it's like
Or
like
coffee
it's a
bean ride.
skateboard, like there's the Tony Hawk game built into it, and you like
Yeah.
do your tricks on the console.
What would be the most multi-use system? Like something like that, where not necessarily a skateboard, but like a phone?
Phone.
Phone that was also a PlayStation.
But then you use your phone so often that it's like you have to choose between the two. Like you have to do one or the other.
No.
What do you mean? What do you mean you use your phone so often? Like you talk on the phone?
Like you'll be on your phone while you're playing video games
Yeah,
sometimes.
but you could be like doing on your phone. Meanwhile, this is streaming a game to your TV.
It's true.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Choke that one down.
Yes, sir.
There's also like well, I mean, like the Ouya is that Android-based gaming console, and also there's that controller, like the Moga controllers for Android devices that you can play games and use a control pad with them. And then they have most Android devices have like HDMI out, so you can plug them straight into your TV. So it's almost like a.
I just really want my
Gaming
PS4 to be a skateboard now.
It'd be cool, man.
You
What
could
if
put
your
wheels on
PS4
it.
was a cheeseburger? Or George Foreman grill. You can put meat in it and like cook it. You're like, oh, I'm hungry. Thank you, PS4. Oh.
imagine like all the
I want some
HDMI
PS
ports.
more.
I'll tell you what,
Come with little plugs for all the grease. And
if the
So, every now and then Burnie and I will tell stories about the guy who used to own the old call center we worked at. And he would go hunting pretty frequently. And, he would go out with friends of his and they'd go out to these hunting cabins. Don't worry, this is not like in the city. It's like out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
They drive
Thank
out,
you for letting me know.
out to the country and they'd go to these hunting cabins that aren't used frequently. Like maybe a couple weeks out of the year, people go and stay there for a couple days.
Is it
When
like
they're there
a
for an extended
Brokeback
trip.
Mountain kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of like that. And so
we're
one
going
time
fishing.
they went out there and they had just gotten there, and one of the guys goes to go to the bathroom, and then he comes out like screaming. He's like, "Oh, we gotta go to the hospital. Gotta go to the hospital." He's like, "What happened?" I guess this one guy had sat on the toilet to take a dump.
No.
And there was a black widow
No.
under the
Oh my God.
under the rim of the toilet seat, and it bit his dick.
Oh shit.
And it started like swelling up, so they had to like take off and like drive haul ass back to the hospital.
What if he had to pop his dick and suck the venom out?
I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, what if he was like,
So
you
to
gotta
this day-
suck me, bro.
He
You
He
gotta
told me that
suck
story,
me.
and to this day I'm constantly afraid that there's something under a toilet seat.
Tell the story about what you did to that woman's basement toilet or whatever.
Oh, well, one time. Yeah, no, I've told the story before. One time we were working
On this podcast?
Not on this podcast. I told the story before where we worked at this woman's home, and it was like a regular customer. She had like ongoing projects at her house for years and years. Like this woman, her thing was like to get additions and stuff to her house.
Okay.
Because she lived alone, she was divorced, and she was like a millionaire.
She needed more space, of course.
So she just, not even just the space, she wanted people at her house. Like she liked the company of all the construction people in her house. Like she was friends with everybody.
Wow.
Like the main
okay.
contractor, she was like, that was like her best friend. So like the guy loved it because she like essentially she'd pay people to like hang out with her.
That's like paying for friendship.
It was. It's absolutely what it was.
You have the money for it. Why
yeah,
not?
So it was a little sad, but whatever. So we worked there for a long time, and even me saying a long time, like most of the customers that I worked for when I got the job were customers of the company I worked for like 20, 30 years. So they're like, long-standing customers. They know everyone, so it's like first name basis, everything. So we were working at this woman's house for years, and just one of the times I was working there, and I had to take a dump. So I went into her basement because it's like common courtesy. Like I'll use your basement bathroom, not your,
So
Your
it's like
fancy
up the
soap
main
bathroom.
floor.
just your first floor bathroom.
Yeah.
So I go in the basement, I use the bathroom, I just like destroyed it. But I go to flush it and it's like totally clogged. And I'm like, fuck. So I flush it again, it's fucking clogged again. And I'm like, I'm looking around, there's no plungers, there's nothing. And I'm just like, well, I'm in a customer's house. It's like, I can't leave a shit clogged toilet. Like it's just filled with shit. Look at Gavin's face. It's just filled with shit. I'm just like, all right, well, I guess I got to unclog this toilet. So I rolled up my sleeve.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and I just like basically crushed anything in the bowl
Oh my God.
until I could flush it. And then I just washed my hands in the sink.
Did you wash your whole arm?
Yeah, no, I mean, I went to town. But like, I sat there, Gus, and I was like, judgment call. It's got to be done.
So-
and I basically like punched the toilet.
When you did that, did
Yeah.
you keep it as a fist the whole time, or do you have to like extend into like pointed fingers to like reach down the
Oh
track?
my
Nah, it wasn't that elaborate. It was like a few quick like and like break it up. It was more like I probably had to scoop once. I
What does
probably
that
had
mean?
to,
What did that entail?
like I probably
Like
had to put,
scooping something
I
out?
put my hand in and like pull some out
Okay.
so I could flush and then let the next batch go in the second flush.
Have
then
you
I just
ever
washed
punched
my
your shit?
hands and I moved along.
Have you ever punched your shit?
Nope. I can't say that I have.
I've never clogged the toilet with just shit on its
Oh,
own.
I have.
That must be like a thing, and especially even here. I've never clogged the toilet once here. Back where I lived, I clogged the toilet like 50% of the time. Like just the pipes sucked shit.
No,
It's
they
true.
didn't suck shit. That was the
Yeah,
problem.
they did. Well, they were smaller. It's just like some houses have like smaller.
Okay, this is what I want to
pipes.
know. How long between realizing it was clogged to wedging your fist
No,
into your own
Not
fist?
long.
Here's a better
Not
question.
long.
How long between wedging your fist into your own shit and eating with your hands?
I don't remember if it was before or after lunch. So either an hour to two if it was before lunch, or probably like 5 hours if it was dinner after that.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I don't-
picturing it like breaking up
I
in the
just-
water and
It just doesn't bother me at
Gagging
all.
at all?
Stop
or?
picturing.
No, it doesn't
Do
bother me at
yourself
all.
a
It's
favor.
like I was seriously.
it's excrement.
I'm in a bathroom. There's a sink right there. I've dealt with
That's
shit
gonna be under your
worse than
fingernails?
excrement. It wasn't under my fingernails. Gavin just shook his head. He had a slight seizure.
Did you have a microscope where you're like,
Yeah.
nope, I'm totally clean?
No, but it's like I cut my fingernails. I wash my hands. It's just like to me, yeah. I'm not gonna go out of my way to pick up shit and throw it around. But
just, like,
human
wedging your
feces,
fist up the
human
unit and-
feces
What would it
is not
take you
the
to
most
do that?
disgusting thing in the universe to touch.
Like,
it's like
what-
I lived after I did it, guys. It's
What
like I didn't want to
situation?
leave a shitty toilet.
What
I would
situation
made a
would you have to
judgment
be
call.
in?
Never do that.
Like,
Yeah,
what
well,
if you're
It
a
makes, me,
baby?
it makes me think in
I would try and
in Dumb and Dumber when the guy like shits in the toilet, like, oh, that toilet's
Shit
broken. He's gonna like
everywhere.
throw it out the window. It's like the same thing except you're in the basement.
I would probably do a Dead Rising kind of thing where I'd try and craft some weird device that would plunge it for me.
What
out
if
of,
you
like,
were
I
at-
was work, dude. Okay, I was at work. I'm not gonna spend 5 fucking hours in the bathroom trying to like MacGyver my shit out of the toilet. Punch, done. Wash my hands, back to work.
What if you were at a girl's house that you were on a first date with, and you
Who
clogged her
cares?
toilet, and it's clogged?
that would never happen. I would never go
wouldn't
to a
happen.
girl's house and dump
Barbara.
her.
What if you just had to take a shit? Like,
I would go home. I'd be like, I'll
you'd be like,
pick you
I'll
up
see you later. Great time.
Yeah.
I gotta
Great
go
first
home.
date.
I'll be like, sorry, I'm not gonna make
Hey,
it.
I'm here to pick you up. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
You like walk in like, hey, that's what you look like. I'm out of here. It's like the ultimate like, fuck you. You're
I'm
not
just saying, like, there's
There's literally no situation you would do that
I'm
in.
not even sure I'd do it as last resort.